Hi everyone, so this will be my very quick review on this candle that I found at T.J.Maxx. Originally it was $12.99, however I got it on sale for $10, which is pretty expensive for a single wick, and this is an 8 ounce. So the brand, I hadn't heard of them before. It's called Dessert Candles, and they also had other very cute candles like that look like cappuccinos. There was one called Cookies and Cream that I was maybe going to purchase depending on how this performed. Spoiler, it didn't do so well, so I don't think I'm going to purchase the other one. But they also have other very like decorative, if you think about candles by Victoria, like that type of thing, or even the Martha Stewart decorative candles that are starting to pop up at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. This one at the bottom, it really intrigued me because it said made in Turkey. While I have seen candles like made in the USA, made in Vietnam, a lot of made in Vietnam, I hadn't seen one made in Turkey. So unfortunately, this brand, I didn't see any social media. There was a website, but it seems more of a wholesale type of website that you can then order it for your business or so on and so forth. So it didn't say specifically what is the wax composition besides it being 100% soy wax. However, I kind of feel like it's mixed with something else because the wax consistency that was on the whipped cream, or like the faux whipped cream part, was different and softer than the rest of the candle. However, I think it's the majority of it is soy, because I have experienced hardly any sitting with this candle. Burns like a dream. Too bad the performance isn't up to speed or up to par. Okay, so for this candle, like I said, it's 8 ounces. And my particular one smelled very good on cold. This one is called Frosted Cake at the bottom. It has Frosted Cake HB4001. So I'll insert photos about how it looked like in the beginning before I burned it, of course. It was really cute. It was a little bit messed up because, of course, people had opened it. Some of the frosting had rubbed off. But yeah, so as far as the scent of this, I wouldn't say that there's a lot of cake aspect or like cake notes in here besides maybe just a little hint of vanilla. But if I had to choose like what this reminds me of, it reminds me more of a like fruity sherbet with like a touch of vanilla cream. So not necessarily like a baked cake. If anything, it might remind me of that frosting that's very like um, fluffy. So not necessarily like fondant or that super artificial frosting that you get in store-bought cakes. Um, but it does smell good. It just doesn't, like, I wouldn't think of a frosted cake when I smell this. Maybe an ice cream cake with the filling is, or like the type of ice cream is more of like of a citrus leaning cake. But anyways, so the scent on cold, I don't think it's super similar to a cake. However, I did like the scent. That's the main reason why I purchased it. Okay, so I had a feeling from the get-go that this wasn't going to perform well just because it's a single wick and it's soy wax. So typically the strength and throw on soy candles, I find that they're very hit or miss. And I hadn't heard of this brand before. So, okay, but as far as how the burn went, I'll also include a video of how it initially looked like when I burned it for the first time, which I feel like that was the strongest scent throw that I got was during the first burn. And that was maybe like a 5-ish in my small medium sized room. You know what? I'm being a little generous. It was like a 4. Right now I'm at about the halfway mark, and it's simmered way down to like about a 2 or 3. So while this candle is very giftable, it has that cute, like, if someone wants a very cute candle but doesn't really care too much about the strength and performance, I think that's, I guess, the downside is that it's very cute, but it just doesn't really perform that well. However, if you want to gift this to someone who doesn't collect a lot of candles or isn't like a candle enthusiast, I think this would be good for just like someone who likes to, let's say, read a book and just have a candle right there. So the strength and throw right now at the midway mark, I would give it more of about a 2 or a 3, and I need to be really close to it. It doesn't fill up my medium size room, no matter how long I have it burning for. So right now I have it burning for about maybe like 3 to 4 hours, which I don't even think you're supposed to. Another thing about the performance of this candle is that it tunnels pretty badly. So after about, I'll also insert photos of that. I had it burning for about maybe an hour and a half and it looked like it was in a tunnel. So what I do is I typically just use the tinfoil method. So I reused one that I used for my milk house candle. Here, let me put it over. So I just put this aluminum foil over there and it just heats up the sides and creates an even wax pool within about maybe even like 15 minutes of having this on. And then once that is done, I then take it off. So despite that, I don't feel a difference in the strength and throw. So it's pretty sad because I really loved the scent. But I guess it's good now that I know that this candle doesn't perform that well and I could save my money on the other one I was planning to purchase. Another thing, without the aluminum foil on the sides, a lot of wax residue happens. So that's another thing. If you don't tin foil it, you might get a lot of wax residue on the sides. Another thing, the wick does tend to form mushroom tops, and so there might be some fallout. I think right now I just have a little bit of fallout, but nothing too significant. It hasn't changed the wax color or anything. But I mean, if you're into a clean burn, a clean burn unscented candle, this is pretty much it. Let me go ahead and change the angle so you can see a little bit on the inside because I believe it has some faux sprinkles that was present in during the first burn or when I purchased it. Okay, so this is a slightly different angle, and as you can see, there's very minimal to no fallout. Let me go ahead and move this. Without the aluminum foil, there would be a lot more wax clinging onto the sides, but right now you can pretty much see through it. There is some little bits of like what I think are sprinkles that aren't made out of wax, so I think that's why there's little bits of like pink inside of the blue wax or blue, green, whatever type of wax color. So yeah, unfortunately, this candle was a bit of a disappointment, and at $10, it definitely isn't worth it. I feel like I get slightly better strength and throw out of the Trader Joe's candles that I sometimes purchase, which are also hit and miss. But yeah, this is a very giftable candle to maybe someone who isn't super into candles, but just likes having them from decor. I'm very curious what type of wax composition this is, just because the wax at the top for the frosting felt a lot softer than the wax that is right here on the lower part. But yeah, that is my very quick review. Overall, I wouldn't recommend this brand or candle. Maybe if they had 2 wicks, I would. But other than that, I wasn't really impressed and I wouldn't repurchase it. But yeah, I did like the scent on cold and I did like it burning, but I don't want to be hovering over this candle in order to smell it. Maybe if I wanted to, I could ideally put this under my candle lamp. But honestly, I have already candles that I have set up for the rest of the year that I'm going to use under my lamp, and I don't want to add another one. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this quick review. Hope you have a great day. Okay, bye.